In this lesson, we will do some practice problems for programming. So the first question is, the instruction is make an active program in processing. That should include the following points. So see here in the first instruction is that you have to make the active processing. So active processing means whenever you will say the word active processing, it means you have to make two blocks which are called the fundamental regions. One is the void setup, right? And then you have to put this parenthesis, and then in curly braces you have to write down which will run only one time. And this is the active program, so you have to write down a second block which is called void draw. And again same thing, blank parenthesis, and in between these curly braces you have to write down all the requirements. So again I am going to tell you why it is called void and what is the meaning of this. Suppose when we'll write down the line function or rect function or triangle, whatever, in between these two parameters we write four parameters. So it means line function needs parameters. You have to give these parameters between these two parentheses. But in the setup block, they do not need any parameter. They do not generate anything. Here, yes, it will generate a line for you. But setup function will not generate anything. It's empty. That is why we will write down void before the setup. Same rule applies here. Before draw, because this is the blank, draw function will not generate anything for you. So we will write down void. Right, some new features I will tell you later on, but so far you have to memorize only this, that void setup, blank parenthesis, in curly braces you have to write down the functions which will run only one time. In void draw you have to write down the functions which will run again and again. So first of all you have to think over it, because we have discussed so many times all these things. In this way you will learn. Whatever programming you will write down, try to run on your processing software. If there will be some error, you can see on the error on the bottom. Do it again. At the end, there is a solution as well on the next slide. Then you can tell your answer. But here I'm going to explain. So see, first is canvas size. So it will run only one time. So this function you have to write down here. Void setup canvas 500 by 500. Right? Okay, line should start from the origin. So I have made this red, this red, this red, because these are the requirements. This is our canvas. The line should start from the origin. So means all lines should start from here. Then you have, okay, white lines and black background. So here you have to write down background black, 0 means black, right? And stroke is the 255, means lines of the color should be white, because it says white. This, so we did this. For thickness we will write down stroke weight. So I said stroke weight, the thickness of the line should be 4, so we did this. Now the last is how we can write down the line function, which will take 4 parameters and our line will animate. So here you have to work. Write down whatever in your mind. Try one time, two times, three times. Finally, you will be successful. Right? Okay. In the next slide, I will show you the solution. Void setup, you know you have to write down the size. If you want, you can bring this as well here, stroke weight, because it will run only one time. And background in its stroke, you know. This is the important thing. How you can write down the line function. I said the line should start from the origin, right? Origin is this. It means our x-axis and y-axis both are 0 at the origin. That is why I have written 0 and 0. This is x1 and y1. Now what about x2 and y2? For animation, right, you have to use this random, because random 500, because our canvas size is 500. If it is 600, you have to write down 600. So means our line should, here always they will start from this origin. Some lines will come here, like here, here, right? So what is the meaning of this? It means that maybe randomly the system will generate 300 for x-axis, 400 for y-axis. So suppose this is 300 and this is 400, suppose, right? So our line will be like this. This is our line. Next time, maybe the system will generate 350 on x-axis and same 400 for y-axis. So maybe this is our line. If it will touch the corner, it means it is generating 500, 500. System is generating randomly 500 for x-axis, 500 for y-axis. But if suppose you will see your line here, animation of the lines are here, it means randomly they are generating some different numbers for x and y axis. So now I am going to run this program for you and you will see how it works. Copy this and run. There is only one line, but it is animating. So you will see. See, the line is starting from origin always, because here I said 0, 0. Some, see, one time the line is coming here, sometime it will touch the corner, sometimes, see, you can see, it means randomly it is generating the numbers. So whatever you will write down in the void draw section, it will run again and again. And this part, the size, the void setup, it will run one time. So here I have written what happens if we write background at the end of the programming. So see here, the same, everything is same, background, stroke, stroke weight, stroke weight, background is at the end. As I have told you that programming runs from top to bottom, right? So here stroke will be white, stroke weight, the thickness of the line will be 4 points. Then the system will draw a line for us. After that, it will make the background black, so you cannot see anything. Everything is same. Whatever I have written here, everything is same. But if we will write down background at the end of the programming, so see, when I will run it, you cannot see anything, only the black background. Why? Because the commands or the functions runs from top to bottom, and at bottom we have a background black. So keep in mind, you have to write down background at in the void draw section at the top of void draw here. Okay, the next scenario is, the next instructions are make an active program. Again, active program, it means you have to write down the fundamental region, void setup and void draw. These are the two fundamental regions, and whatever you have to write down function, you have to write down between these curly braces. The line begin from the left border. Everything is same, white lines, black background, thickness now is 3, animation. Right, first I will solve these 3 for you, then we will move to the second. What will happen if our canvas size will change? So the line begin from the left border. So see this one, very important point I am going to show you. All is very simple. Only you should know how to write down the line function. And when you will finish, so see here, this is a solution as well. I have written, okay, I will explain it to you here. What is the requirement? The requirement is line should start from this border, from the left border, right, and to the right border. So it should touch the right border. So see, when this line will start, maybe the line will start from here, maybe the line will start from here, from here. So all the x-axis are 0, or you can say x1 is equal to 0 here. And line should touch the this here. So here, the right border, we have x2 is equal to 500, right? If the line comes from here or here, or it will start from here or it will here. So this is x1 is 0 and x2 we have 500. Now what about the y1 and y2? This is important concept because in the next lesson we are going to apply these rules again. So see, if x1 is equal to 0 and this is x, and our line will start from here. So suppose this is y1, maybe y1 is 100 maybe, and it is going here, so it is again 499, right? Or make it 500. Next line, maybe it will start from here, x is equal to 0, but maybe the y is 400, and again it will go randomly. Maybe it will go here, this is 50, so y2 is equal to 50 maybe, right? Next time the line will start from here, maybe this y is 200 and it will come here, it is 300, so y2 is 300. That is why this is y1, this is y2. We will write down random. So randomly the y points, the system will generate randomly 5 y points, y1 and y2. But you know x1 is 0 because it should start from this border, it should reach to the right border. So right border is 500, left border is 0, x1 and x2. See, this one is understood. But we have to think about y1. So system will generate randomly. Write down random. If we will write down only 499 or maybe here, so that you will have only one line. We want our line should be animate. So if I will copy this and I will run this for you, so you will see in this case our line will start from the left border and it should touch the right border randomly, and you can see the animation effect. Right now here I say, if I change the canvas size, then you have to adjust the setting. If I will say okay, we will make it 700, right, and run it, so you will see your line will not touch the right border. So you will say why it is not touching. Even if I will make it 600, it will not touch the y-axis. So whenever you will change the size of your canvas, you have to change the values here as well. Before it was 500, that is why it was 499. So now you have to change it. Do not worry why my lines are not touching the right border, because you have increased the size of your canvas. We will change this as well because it should touch the border. Right now the system will generate any number between this. So practice these problems. If you have any question, you can ask me. Subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.